Today is the 24th day of April 2022 in Marshall, Abaco, Bahamas, my birthplace. And you have a moment to reflect. There's so much stuff has happened since Hurricane Dorian in Abaco. 89%, 90% of it's all bad that has happened to Abaco and Abaconians by the government. And as I reflect, we had Hurricane Jean and Francis. Believe it or not, we had 2 hurricanes in 1 year. And the minister at the time was Shane Gibson, one Shane Gibson. And we heard all the negative press of what he took from didn't take. But I remember that at that time, if my memory serves me correctly, the Progressive Liberal Party built over 130 homes. They rebuilt over 340 homes. And when the Progressive Liberal Party, back after Hurricane Jean and Francis, when they said they rebuilt, that means that when they will finish off your house, whatever damages you had, you could move into your house. But the FNM government give you $10,000 to get you in trouble. That's the maximum they give you. But back then, you imagine that the FNM government didn't rebuild one house that you could get back to normalcy. They didn't build one single home after the worst hurricane. Man, let me tell you something. When you think about that, you think you are in a foreign land. The PLP, again, under Shane Gibson as the minister, built over 130 homes. You could check the record. After Hurricane Floyd, I don't know who was the minister responsible then, but we had a lot of help then, a lot of materials, a lot of houses was built. I don't know the numbers, but I know the numbers during after Hurricane Jean and Francis, that over 130, 140 houses was rebuilt. 340 houses or more were refurbished, rebuilt, that you could move in when they came, when the contractors, all this was free. And the FNM government, in my estimate, collected twice as much after Hurricane Dorian. And they left office and didn't rebuild one house, didn't repair or refurbish one single house. That's an international disgrace, and Abaco still feel the brunt of the FNM. And guess what? They had 2 members of parliament from Abaco, and they didn't see it worthy of rebuilding one single house, neither repairing one single house that you could move back into it. Like, wow, that is a disgrace. What a record. And we are still feeling the brunt. It was so bad. The FNM government was so bad that they couldn't bury our dead in 9 months. They didn't care how many was dead. They left office and weren't concerned, didn't tell you, couldn't even give you death certificate of the ones that were in the trailer. Boy. When I think about them reflection, it's almost like you're living a nightmare, and you have lived a nightmare called the FNM government. And you know what? So many people eat those pork chop, chicken, ride around in the free car for 3 weeks, went to the poll, And these the same ones said the member of parliament did nothing. I said something wrong with your brains. You walk away from Hurricane Dorian with just the clothes on your back, and you still went to the poll, and you still went and support the government and the MP that only built a house for himself. You all understand what I'm saying, you know. Under Shane Gibson and the Progressive Liberal Party, they built 130 to 40 homes. They rebuilt over 340. The FNM government collected twice as much money. They didn't rebuild one single house. They didn't rebuild or refurbish one single one. The last time I heard from my member of parliament, he was in the Honorable House saying that collectively, between Bakers Bay and the government, they will rebuild 60. Not even in half as much as the Progressive Liberal Party built with less money after Hurricane Jane and Francis. Y'all ain't hearing me. Y'all still ain't hearing me. Y'all still think I'm hurting or hating. I am hating and I'm hurting because of the treatment of a government that collected and stopped the help. That's the hard part. So many people were willing to help, and they put stamp, do not come back into the Bahamas, do not help. That is the hard part. Florida Power and Light was ready to come to Greenhill Key and help to power it up. The government said, no, we got this. Stay away from the Bahamas. Boy, it's like a bad dream that September the 1st, 2022, the bad dream continues. There's still no vision of hope, of help for the people yet. We have a new government. 7 months in, we're still looking for that hope, that help that we didn't get from the FNM government. And luckily, Minnis was the smartest member of parliament and the smartest PM in the history of the country. That Minnis did all the Bahamas a favor by calling an early election. What if election would have been called next month, May 2022? What would have happened in the last 7 months of Minnis' reign of terror on the people of Abaco? God would have been in trouble. Thank God, Minnis called a snap election. And just how we snap it, we snap him right out of power. But we're still looking for that beautiful new day that we snapped into power when we snap Minnis out of power. There's so many people that's still hurting that we have 400 people just waiting to get an eye examination, and not one single eye doctor is in Abaco. And both members of parliament don't know this because they don't care like Kai. Kai cares. That's why I know the urgent need for eye care in Abaco. Y'all gotta get with it. You gotta help your people. If not, just like we snap the FNM out of power, we'll double snap in Abaco. We had 2 snaps here, you know. 2 FNM government gone. Pam, pam. Snap, snap. Gone. Their legacy and their name is a bad name. Abaconians, we stopped even calling their names. That's how bad it was. Let's hope it's not deja vu all over again, because Kai still cares, and Kai is still here.